this video we're going to talk about soft poly modeling in Blender, which is also part of the polygonal modeling set of tools and features that you can find in Blender and that you can use to create your objects. But with soft poly modeling you can also create something a little bit more advanced, like characters or animals or any organic shape and form. You can see here this sculpture. It's a kind of organic shape that you can create, and also here you have like some cushions here for these armchairs that looks a little bit, well, a little bit more curvy and soft, and this is again made with the soft poly modeling. So we're gonna see how to do all of that in just a minute, but before, let's start with the basics. As usual, we start with the basic things, and then we go step by step in order to understand everything correctly. Now you can see I've created a little bit of cubes here, which I'm going to delete so that I can explain to you everything from the beginning. So I'm going to delete all these cubes, and let's start with a simple cube that is the one that you usually find when you open up Blender. So if you see here, if we want to see the structure of this cube, this cube contains only 6 faces. So it's the standard cube. And if we duplicate that, Shift D and then press X in order to make it aligned, and we start to use soft poly modeling. Now what we do is we can subdivide this using the modifier that we already discovered in another lesson. So if we go here to add modifier and we search for subdivision surface, this is going to smooth it out or create a more rounded object. Well, it's not actually that rounded because we can still see the faces, but remember that you can right click and shade smooth, and this is going to appear way smoother than before. So these are the two tools that we use at the beginning when we want to do some soft poly modeling. So we can use the shade flat, shade smooth switch, and we use the subdivisions. Now a quick way to use subdivisions, let me delete this. So you can see that as soon as I delete the subdivider, this is gonna become a cube again. So that was kind of just an illusion. So once I get rid of that modifier that is causing the illusion, that's gonna come back and become a standard cube. Now to do this real quick, you can do with the shortcut keys in the keyboard. You can use Control 1, and this is gonna be the standard, and then Control 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see you are continuously adding polygons basically to the original mesh, and this is gonna smooth it more and more until you can, well, you can also increase that even more, like 6 or 7, and well, don't exaggerate, otherwise you could have too many polygons and your graphic card could probably can't handle it if you increase it too much, and then it's gonna like crash the entire software. So usually 3 or 4 or 5 is the, you know, the best that you can get. You don't need to go higher than that. Okay, so you can see that this cube has become a sphere. So this is kind of the strongest smooth that you can get, and this is because we are actually using a standard cube without any subdivision. So let me copy this. So I'm gonna Shift D again, and this time I'm gonna press Epsilon and move it forward. And this time, before I apply the subdivision, I want to do some other thing. I want to create segments. I want to have a different structure from before. So to do that real quick, I can go to edit mode, and I can use the loop cut that we already used before, or I can also right click and use the subdivide. Right click, subdivide. Okay, you can see that each time I click subdivide, it's going to add subdivisions, just like the subdivisions modifier that we used previously. But this is a different subdivision. You can see that here we are not smoothing the object, we are just subdividing it. So if I switch into the viewport shading, you can see that this one here has a lot of subdivisions, and this one here only 6 faces. So here we have a lot of faces than before. Now if I copy this again, Shift D, X and place it here and apply again the subdivision modifier, so Control 3, you can see that now the smoothing effect is not strong as before. So I don't have a sphere, but I have a rounded cube basically. And why is that? Well, essentially it's due to the subdivisions. So you can see that, let me switch also in the X-ray so you can see better the structure. So you can see that here we have this roundness in the corners, and you can see that the roundness stops where we find the next segment or the next edge. So basically the edges here are stopping the object from being smoothed out too much. So it all depends on where you place those segments. So once you understand that, you can manage and control the soft polygonal modeling effect more accurately. So another thing you can do here again is right click and shade smooth. So this is gonna appear way more smoothed. And this is again an extra effect. It's not real. It's something that you are applying here in Blender. But if you export this into a 3D application to print it out, well, I'm gonna show you here. Well, this is gonna appear without the effect. So it's gonna appear like this, and also without the shade smooth. So it's gonna print it out like this, and this is not good, of course, if you want to print it. If you want to render here in Blender, that's no problem. So if you render this is gonna appear like a smoothed cube without any problem. But if you want to print it, it's another story. So in that case, we can again copy this one here, and before we actually export it, we can convert this into actual polygons. So right click, convert to mesh. So this is gonna reconvert it. And if you see in the wireframe now, this looks like this, and we can also say that this is a NURBS solid, or these are NURBS surfaces, which are represented by fewer lines. This one here is really intense, and you can see here we have a lot of polygons, but this is actually how you can print it with that quality. You need a lot of polygons to print it with that quality, and doesn't make any difference for the render. And right click and shade flat. Well, actually when you print using the printing machines, you will actually see the polygons. So the smaller you get these polygons, the better will be for the printing, but you have a threshold. You cannot go lower than a certain limit. Okay, now let's move on. So right now I have used this subdivided cube here with a lot of subdivisions to get this effect. But what if I want a smaller bevel there, where I can copy this, Shift D again, and let's move it forward. Okay, and let's increase again the subdivision. So right click in the edit mode, right click and subdivide. Well, actually I need to select. Press A to select all the faces, or you can go to select and all. Okay, and then right click, subdivide again, and subdivide again. Okay, now let's copy this, Shift D, press X, Control 3, in object mode, let's select it. Oh, okay, you can see this is now part of the same mesh, but we don't want to do that. We want to separate them. So to do that, I can go back to the edit mode, select it. Well, if I do now, A is gonna select all the polygons. What if I want only those polygons right there on that cube? Well, I have some couple of options. So if I can hold Control plus, I can click Control plus and then grow my selection until I get everything, and then it's gonna stop there. It's not gonna go in the other cube. Or press Control minus if you want to decrease the selection. So Control plus, Control minus, Control plus, Control minus. You can increase or decrease. Well, you can find it here again in the selection. Now selections are really important when you work with polygons. So here you can select, example, edges, edge loops or edge rings, and you can see that now I have selected everything. Now usually we do that with edges because we need to select an entire ring or an entire loop. So if you go here, you can see this is a ring, and if we go here, let's select that one here, we can select a loop. And again, you're gonna see why this is really important. Well, actually, you can already guess it, because otherwise you need to go one by one. There is gonna be like a nightmare to select all those different edges or faces around. So this is why we use this. And then we have other type of selections. You have a lot here. So select similar. You can select similar for example, coplanar. So right now these are all in the same plane, and also you can select for similar and normal. Again, these share the same normals. This is why I can select both, and so on. Or you can just try with the others. Now, in this case, I'm just gonna go with the Ctrl plus just to be quick. There you go. So I'm gonna just increase until I get everything. And to separate this, I'm gonna right click and I can separate it, the selection. Okay, so this is gonna be now another cube basically. And now I will apply here only on this cube the Control 3, and now you can see this is just as a little bevel instead of the other one. So, and we already know why, because here the segments are really close together, so it's gonna limit the bevel more and more, or the smoothness of the object more and more. But we have added a lot of polygons here, so this is not good when you need to create really complex scene. You need to do economy of polygons. So how you do that? Well, let me again copy this first one here and bring it in the front. So in this case, what I would do